Hello, Reject Nation. It's Greg Alba here.
And I'm John Humphrey.
Guys, over on Patreon, there's a guy named Andrew Hayes.
Andrew Hayes.
Andrew Hayes has a movie review channel, and he's one of our top pledges on Patreon, too. He's a little guy.
He does project, but he's got a lot of enthusiasm.
And one of the reward tiers that he has is any video he requests that we do a topic on or a reaction to, we must definitely do.
We are bound to do it.
Today's is top 10 worst movies that deserve a remake from WatchMojo.com, baby. Let's check it out. Camera might cut in the middle of it because it only records every 12 minutes. We specifically requested that when we bought this camera.
Yeah, cut us off.
Cut us off. We need to get a timer on this thing.
10 minutes, a sweet spot. 2 for grace period. After that, we're done. Oh my.
This is from 2016, so some remakes that have come out since.
Many bad or disappointing movies lies the potential for greatness.
I don't know how to put up with all this crap.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst movies that deserve a remake.
Mortal Kombat!
I've studied all your moves.
Yeah, well, study this!
Oh
For
man,
this
she
list,
kicked
we're
and
looking
punched
at
him.
films that were largely disappointing upon their initial release.
Eragon
Whether it
was
critically,
great.
Commercially, or
Airbender
both,
was great.
and thus deserve another
Spawn was
release on
great.
life. Many of the films here
Resident
are
Evil was
based on
great.
existing intellectual properties, which made their cinematic stumbling.
The Golden
all the
Compass
more
is
painful for
great.
Those dying to see these stories properly told. Note also that a
Pearl
film
Harbor was great.
even if there are rumors of a reboot, remake, spin-offs, and so on surrounding it.
And that's it.
Lip
Number
shot.
10, Eragon.
Eragon has to give us the permission.
Nah, I've heard this is a really bad movie.
Yeah.
The first entry in
Famously
the
bad.
Inheritance Cycle fantasy novel series was self-published by the still teenaged author Christopher Paolini and his family back in 2002.
Wow.
Did someone mention flying? Are you ready to try again?
That doesn't look terrible.
Dragon Rider.
It quickly gained an ardent fan base and received the big budget movie treatment only a few years later, to a balanced sentiment of both excitement and skepticism.
Come! Taste the blood of your dragon! Let's finish this!
Although the author himself approved of the translation, critics were not so forgiving, with many accusing the film's story of being too derivative of the Star Wars and the Lord of the Rings franchises, while also remarking on the inexperience of first-time director Stephen Fangmeyer.
Without fear, there cannot be courage.
Stephen Fangmeyer.
When we are together, it is our enemies who should be afraid.
We're hoping another stab at an adaptation would be able to highlight what fans had loved about it in the first place.
Clearly the author liked it.
Sorry,
How old was the author?
that's all there is.
He actually wrote it when he was like
Number 9,
18.
Catwoman.
16 years old. I feel like this will
Selena
happen
Kyle,
sometime.
also known as Catwoman,
Not
is
with the
a great
DCEU.
character.
They don't
No
make
one
a
has
bunch of
quite been able to
films.
present the smart, sexy, and dangerous burglar properly on the big screen. Well,
what
not since Tim Burton anyway.
Meow.
Oh, she was hot. She was hot.
Case in point, this 2004 bomb,
Nightmare is pretty hot,
which
too.
by all accounts has to be one of the
Yeah.
worst comic book adaptations ever filmed.
You know what? Guess what? It's overtime.
Halle Berry stars as Patience Phillips, a new incarnation of the anti-heroine in what is essentially
She's so gonna be
another
hot.
origin story.
You died. But you will be born.
Is that the girl from American Horror Story?
Yeah, it's
You
Frances
are a
Conroy.
crazy cat lady.
Unfortunately,
Crazy
a
cat
daft
lady.
script, exaggerated performances, and some of the most cringeworthy CGI imaginable make this
Yeah.
clause utterly
PlayStation.
harmless.
Catwoman.
Get
You heard of her?
Oh.
He's also in Doctor Strange. He's crossed over in both universes.
And he's in Coco.
Hey, at least cats have
Disney.
9 lives, and that means they have at least a few more chances to revamp this feline femme fatale.
You're just a scared little girl playing dress up.
Number 8, Alexander.
Oh, this.
Conquer your fear! And I promise you, you'll conquer death!
Granted,
I never saw this
director
one.
Oliver Stone may have already inundated the market with his disappointing 2004 historical drama, but we say that there's still a demand out
like
there
that
for the
music.
story of Alexander the Great to be told, and told well.
I
king isn't born, Alexander.
I gotta watch this movie.
Made.
Looks
Steel
so
and
entertaining.
suffering.
Yeah.
Sure, Colin Farrell may not have completely convinced in the title role, but Stone's film wasn't entirely without merit, telling an epic tale during an era when films like Gladiator and Troy were still fresh in people's minds.
Yeah, Troy was also great.
Your father, mine. They all came to the end of their time, and in the end, when it's over, all that matters is what you've done.
Maybe instead of yet another re-edit of the Oliver Stone version, though, some other up-and-coming director could add a fresh spin to the story of this...
Denis Villeneuve!
He's the remake guy.
Will there be an Alexander like you?
Matthew Vaughn.
Alexander's great.
Number 7, Resident
Yes! Yes!
Yeah.
It was a cool first trailer,
Although
though.
the 2000 film
There's
adaptation
cool
of
stuff in
Resident
this
Evil
movie,
wasn't
but-
particularly liked by critics, it did spawn countless sequels.
You like that, don't you, huh? Huh?
Letty.
You like the way it tastes, don't you?
In recent years, however, interest in this cinematic franchise
That's
has
a cool
sharply
shot.
I
declined.
don't want to be
Well, it's
one of
over
those
now.
things
They had like 3 final chapters.
walking around without a soul.
What could kickstart Resident Evil once again? We say a remake with practical effects, makeup, and monsters. As opposed to
And anything from the
game.
Just describe what's in the
Day and age
game.
where old school horror techniques are coming back in fashion with younger directors, this could be just the boost Resident Evil needs to once again rise to the occasion.
You're gonna have to work for your meal.
Getting rid of Alice and focusing on characters from the video games may also help.
Yeah.
We had
Actually, base this off the video game would probably do pretty well.
Yeah.
Number 6, Pearl Harbor.
There's nothing stronger than the heart of a
Oh
volunteer.
god, I forgot I was in this movie.
Michael Bay drew critical ire when he decided to adapt the 1941 Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor into a romantic dramatization starring Ben Affleck, Kate Beckinsale, and Josh Hartnett.
Titanic, man.
Many cried foul at the film's historical inaccuracies and love triangle subplot, while others focused on Bay's penchant for relentless explosions.
Damn.
Pearl Harbor did reap significant financial rewards at the box office, however.
That's a cool shot.
And we think the story could still be done justice if placed in the hands of someone capable of balancing both action and storytelling in the proper ratio.
Nicholas Winding Refn.
Just a matter.
Oh,
Number
man.
5,
Imagine
The
the
League
synth
of
score on that.
Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I'm complicated.
Based on the celebrated comic book series, this was another case of Hollywood not properly following the source material.
I think this movie's
Preferring
fun.
instead
It's
to
pretty
create a
bad, but it's fun.
straightforward, big-budget action film following Alan Moore and Kevin O'Neill's tale of fantastic fictional characters from history.
Yeah.
Indestructible. No, just armor plated.
Truth be told, the
It's
film
Dr.
works
Jekyll and
fine
Mr.
in that
Hyde.
respect.
It's Russell Crowe.
But fans and critics alike still balked at the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Tom Sawyer.
And plans for a franchise quickly fizzled out.
Bon voyage.
2015 first unearthed rumors of a reboot, however, so the time may yet still come for Alan Quartermain, Dr. Jekyll, Tom Sawyer, and Captain Nemo to rebuild their league on the big or small scale.
Yeah, that's fun.
Try your pistol.
What they all needed was individual films. They need to build their cinematic universe.
That's what
Number
we need
4,
to do.
Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, I think this
Don't try to make this movie.
Some films seem destined to garner a cult following, regardless of critical or commercial disdain.
Oh, those were so
Super
cool.
Mario Brothers is one of those films.
You know, boys, it's very dangerous here in this neighborhood. You shouldn't wander around without a weapon.
Yeah.
You got one?
No.
All right.
This very loose adaptation of the
man.
classic Nintendo game first hit theaters in 1993.
How many Marios are there between the two of you?
There's 3. There's Mario and Luigi Mario.
Bizarre costumes, flashy action sequences, and wacky performances abound in Super Mario Bros. Yet its tenuous link to the video game series didn't win it many favors with fans at the time.
You know the law, Toad. Hey, wait a minute. You can't arrest a guy just singing a song?
Although we're not sure if anything can
They
quite
wrote
match
Toad
the
into the
head-scratching
movie.
weirdness that is Super Mario Brothers, we'd love to see some inventive filmmaker out there try his hand at remaking this one.
I'm not riding with you anymore.
Okay, you try.
Number 3, The Last Airbender.
Camera cut.
Fans have been known to get up in arms when a film adaptation misses the mark.
All airbenders should be dead. Kill him! Firebenders!
Is that M. Night?
Nothing quite touches the vehemently negative reaction to M. Night Shyamalan's take on the animated series
But he
Avatar:
made
The
Split
Last
now,
Airbender.
so it's cool.
The Fire Nation is up to something. I have to go back now.
Not only did fans react negatively to the casting of Caucasian actors in what should have been Asian roles, but the Avatar community and others also commented on the
At least he
quality of
wasn't a
acting,
white director.
story, and special effects, all of which were almost universally panned.
I will stop them.
Even if you've never watched the show, it's clear by this point that Avatar fans deserve a proper big screen adventure with their heroes.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Number 2, Spawn.
Yes, they are doing it. This video's a little old, but
The late 90s didn't exactly foster the same comic-friendly cinema climate we enjoy today.
You're wrong.
Michael Jai White stars as creator Todd McFarlane's betrayed military man who sells his soul to the devil in order to return to the woman he loves, only to find out that she has remarried his best friend in the 5 years since his death.
I still love Wanda.
Put her in the past.
some cool effects
The
right
only
there.
way you can be free.
We think that a character with such a tragic backstory needs to make a serious comeback. Not to mention the fact that Spawn himself is practically the definition of a badass, as he fights demons and devils for his very soul.
That looks awful.
Make this one happen, Hollywood. Do it
It's
right.
like PlayStation 1, 2.
So that's like how the movie went wrong.
Before we
it
unveil
looks
our
like a
number one
Beetleborgs
pick,
episode.
here are some honorable mentions.
There's a show.
This is our home now.
There's a show, don't
I
worry.
like this movie.
So do
This
I.
is not home.
We does a Raptor impression?
Home is where your parents go to bed at night. Where they teach you to ride a bike. Or where they get all choked up on your first day of school. This is not home.
Some good child acting.
You think you can just go on a little Roman holiday? and
Remake Doug Lyman's
jump
Jumper?
all over the place,
Without
jump, jump,
Doug
jump, jump,
Lyman?
and nothing's gonna happen?
I can't explain it, but I think we're inside an American spaceship.
Do we really? Oh wait, that's based on a book, Sphere. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's based on Michael Crichton book.
I don't know anything about Sphere.
Number 1, The Golden Compass.
Is that all?
Mine would have been Resident Evil.
Coming out of the Chronicles of Narnia, Harry Potter, and the Lord of the Rings franchises, The Golden Compass has been described as one of the most disappointing adaptations ever.
But the ruling power, fearing any truth but their own, destroyed these devices
Boy.
and forbade the very mention of dust.
Shying away from Philip Pullman's source material, it was criticized for blunting the anti-Catholic sentiment within the film, while religious organizations complained about how said themes stemmed from the source material.
Prove to me that you are a demon.
Ask me something only you know.
How did I become king?
However, with several years having gone by since its release, perhaps it'll soon be the right time to reevaluate once again.
Nah,
and
you gotta wait
attempt
longer.
to bring Pullman's tale to life.
Mrs. Coulter, what's that?
That is the magisterial seat, Lyra.
She's so hot.
Fingers crossed that the BBC can do His Dark Materials justice on the small screen.
Yes, that is all. That is all.
Do you agree with our list?
You don't seem so fun fishing to me.
Which bad movies do you think deserve some redemption?
Give me an answer so I can go home.
Oh, wow.
For more thought-provoking top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Do you know how hard I've been working on this?
Thanks, Watch Mojo. Good
Thanks,
list.
guys.
If I were to contribute one, an X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that would be great for rebooting and reintroducing Wolverine. Everyone knows how terrible that movie went down. And if you want to get a new Wolverine, redo the origin.
2 birds, 1 stone with that. Yeah.
2 birds, 1 stone. Reintroduction, redo a good origin tale. Because we still haven't gotten a good origin tale of Wolverine. And you build up so much mystery and past of the guy, then it's a bummer when you watch that freaking film.
That is a good idea, G.
So I would say that one. Also,
top 11.
Passion of the Christ.
Yeah. That needs to go down better.
Make it twice as fast. Cut back on the slow-mo. You make it for kids this time.
Yeah, make it a lot brighter, a lot less bleak.
It still focuses on the last 12 hours of Christ's life, but you make it PG version.
He cracks jokes now.
Yeah, and Mel Gibson, he's in Daddy's Home now. So he's familiar with family films. So
yeah,
he remakes it, makes it a family comedy. You know, Eragon. I was part of a focus group way before YouTube for this one movie.
All right.
Where they paid me $75 to be in a room with a bunch of other know-it-all wannabe filmmakers from high school. We're the target market who all have an opinion. And they showed us 3 trailers, and they wanted us to give our feedback on it. They went with the one I didn't like.
Oh, why did you get to hear any
Why, Greg?
Why, Greg? Why did they not take the trailer?
I don't know. It didn't matter to me. All 3 trailers look pretty shitty. I just went with the one that I thought was like, well, here, let me explain to you. And now who's the trailer expert?
Ha ha ha!
All you guys whose faces I don't even remember.
Take that $75.
It was $75, yeah.
That's good money for doing that.
I was arrested on that same day, actually, for something else.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Catwoman's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think DC should just greenlight a bunch of movies. A bunch more. They've already greenlit like a bunch and have no release dates.
Yeah.
So why not add Catwoman to the mix? Guys, we don't need to see her in a Batman movie. We don't. What we want to see is a solo Catwoman movie with a Batman cameo.
Yeah. There you go. I don't know. I could see that maybe working. Catwoman's got her thing.
Catwoman's a terrible movie.
That is a bad movie. That's a wacky movie.
You know, Benjamin Bratt, I remember very few things about this movie. Benjamin Bratt's a cop.
Yeah.
And at one point, he suspects early on that she might be the thief. And then especially he notices their handwriting is very similar. And then a lot adds up. And then he takes it to a pen expert or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're like, well, this version is an insecure woman. This version is a confident woman. There's clearly 2 different human beings. All right, I'll go play basketball with her.
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil seems like such an easy solution.
I know, just borrow anything from the game.
What would be so cool to me? It's a solo survival. It's like, the first game, it's just 2 people, and then you choose, right? You choose whichever one you want to play as, or is
you have like a team, but you only run into those dudes like once in a while. Like you'll see Barry, and he'll give you a lockpick,
and it's like haunted mansion and shit, and then you find out there's more to it. And what I thought would be so cool to do that not one Resident Evil movie has done is shoot and edit it the way how you play the game. Where it's just one shot, like how you walk into the next shot all the time. You walk into the next frame. How sweet would that be?
Well, and like that's the thing is I feel like there are lessons that can be learned from Silent Hill, and those lessons are like take the aesthetics, you know.
Yeah.
And Resident Evil is a very visual game, and like the only things they used I felt like for this movie were the liquor and umbrella, and then they like started going hog wild with the references later on.
Yeah.
But it's like start a universe that actually feels like Resident Evil, and that's not hard to do at all, you know.
Pearl Harbor though.
Yes. I don't know if we'll remake Pearl Harbor.
I think they should remake this specific version of Pearl Harbor. I feel like this director always does the same style, and it can get kind of annoying that all his movies are shot the same. But he tends to do it great when he does it, and it's Paul Greengrass, man.
That's a good idea.
I think Paul Greengrass can make a great Pearl Harbor movie. I think that could be like his epic.
Okay. The one that's a little, maybe where he breaks away a little bit from being so on the ground with everything. Yeah.
How Dunkirk is like Nolan's World War II movie. I feel like Paul Greengrass could make his Pearl Harbor movie where you cut around to multiple different stories.
Mm-hmm.
Or he would just tell it at one specific location.
What, 3 different time periods?
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, I think, is a really fun movie. I mean, it's awful. It is awful. But there's just some, like, cool, cheesy stuff to be had. I mean, you're watching The Invisible Man, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. This is the dark universe.
Yeah.
Except Alan Moore style, but not,
Except
like, unfaithful at all.
With Captain Nemo, too.
And Captain Nemo, man.
And Tom Sawyer.
And Artemis Quarter, I think is his name. Sean Connery. I'm waiting to be impressed. I'm waiting to be impressed.
I'm waiting to be impressed.
Sean Connery.
Connery. How does it stack up to Van Helsing?
I think it's better than Van Helsing. Van Helsing should use a remake.
Van Helsing could use a remake. Because like that, the way they approached it, I don't even think was a terrible idea. It just didn't come out well.
I hate when they take horror genres and make them action movies. I just can't stand that. It gets me so annoyed.
Yeah, I can do horror adventure, but not like straight up horror action.
Yeah.
Like horror action's hard to do.
That's what League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is, even though they're not all horror based. I don't think you can do Mario.
I think they're talking about making an animated Mario movie.
Yeah, oh, that would be cool. I mean, we once did a video, the Nintendo Cinematic Universe, us pitching our idea.
The NC.
I think a Super Mario animated movie would be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could totally get on board with that. I even go on board with motion capture. Peter Dinklage plays all the roles.
What you do then is you set up a cool cheeky Nintendo formula that everyone thinks is amazing when the Super Mario movie comes out, but then like 3 movies in when you're doing the like Luigi movie, people are like, I think you got to update the style a little bit. They could be the next Lego.
That would be sweet, man. I think a Super Mario movie would work. The Last Airbender, I think this movie is so underrated.
Oh yeah, After Earth?
This to me was Shyamalan when he really hit his stride.
He really cared.
We saw him warming up with Lady in the Water,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then The Happening, you're like, I think this guy's got something.
He's getting cruising altitude, man. He's about to reach it.
But when we heard The Last Airbender, I was like, this guy's here to stay.
This guy is going to be around a while.
And then I see like some responses, and I'm like, what is up with audiences? This is brilliant.
Exactly the show. This is the show I remember.
I had to sit through like horrible shit from this guy. The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable. I'm like, oh my god, another wannabe comic book movie. Unwatchable. Signs. Here's a sign. Don't watch it.
Stop sign.
Let's just leave it at that. I think the Golden Compass, they gotta wait. I think they should still wait a little while.
The Golden Compass,
when did it come out? 2007. Yeah, you gotta wait a little while. That's like a 20 to 30 year wait.
Yeah,
it's not a comic book character. You gotta wait like 20 to 30 years. Yeah.
Every some amalgamation of decades, it seems like the film marketplace yearns for a good epic fantasy. And at that time, if the Golden Compass is is a beloved classic story like that, then wait, because you don't want to become just one in a drove.
It's kind of how I feel about Chronicles of Narnia. I'm like, you guys gotta wait if you're gonna reboot this.
So I feel like that was kind of made at the wrong time. Like, we got this generation, we got Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. Those were 2 like sprawling epic things.
And Fast and the Furious.
Like, all tales about families. I feel like even Narnia, I just saw the first one again last night, which is the second book. Like, they're always making those movies out of order, and I feel like that's one that could use its time.
I agree with statements. Hey, Andrew Hayes, thanks for recommending this video. This is really fun. WatchMojo.com. Great video.
Mojo, baby.
Great video. Guys, subscribe to The Real Rejects. Please do yourself a fave and click that notification bell. You can check out our Patreon. Become a Patronaject today. It's a lot of fun over there. Did the math earlier. Have over 260 exclusive posts on there.
260. I'm
gonna give you a hint though. 259 of them are only pictures.
They're all the same picture. It says image not found.
That's funny.
You're working on it, people.